Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share new police body cam footage with you from the evening precious 13-year-old MADELINE SOTO was reported missing on February 26th of 2024. The footage was recently released and it shows MADELINE's mother, Jenn SOTO, her mother's boyfriend, Stephan Stearns, and members of Jenn's family together as police arrived to take a missing persons report for MADELINE. And once again, Jenn SOTO and Stephan Stearns act completely bizarre, in my opinion, while speaking with the police. And Jenn, of course, displays no tears and doesn't appear to be frantic at all. That she has been informed that MADELINE never showed up at school at all that day, and she has no idea where she is, and it's now dark outside and getting late. Now, before I start, I want to make it clear that the date on the body cam video is February 27th, not the 26th, which was the day MADELINE was reported missing. I don't know why the date is incorrect, but it is. Also, the time is said to be in UTC time, which is why it also looks inaccurate as well. But during the video, there's a time when an officer shows his phone and the time is 7:45 or so in the evening, and there's a clock on the wall in the lobby behind Jenn and Stephan that shows the time as well. So don't be thrown off by the time on the body cam video. If anything, be thrown off by the very casual and not worried at all attitude Jenn SOTO displays while telling police her child has been missing for more than 8, 9, 10 hours. As she sways back and forth uncontrollably in an effort to soothe herself, because she knows everybody's watching, as she and Stephan feed copious amounts of BS to the police, in my opinion. Remember, this is Jenn and Stephan meeting with police for the first time to give them Maddie's information for a missing persons report. This took place before any of the interviews that they gave to the media. But if you watched any of the interviews Jenn gave, or watched any of my previous videos about the case, then you will recognize Jenn's familiar look off to the side as she tries to remember what she needs to say happened that morning when Stephan supposedly dropped Maddie off near her school that morning. It's sickeningly obvious, and it happens right after the officer enters the building and Jenn pleasantly greets him with a friendly, "Hey there," as if her friend just showed up to pick her up for a fun day of shopping and a cocktail-laced brunch. But interestingly enough, when she transitions to saying she went to pick her up from school and she wasn't there, the truth, she looks right at the officer's face, no problem. And she goes on, hands flapping and everything. 'Cause none of that requires her to remember a BS made-up story. Then, something else interesting takes place shortly after. When the officer asks for MADELINE's name, Stephan answers along with Jenn, even though the officer was just speaking with Jenn right before. And he knew Jenn would answer, so he didn't need to, but he did anyway. Then when the officer asks for MADELINE's last name, Stephan answers again at the same time as Jenn. As if, what? Jenn can't provide her own daughter's name without his help? Nah. He was desperate to appear helpful, cooperative with police. So he starts chiming in, answering questions about Maddie, as if her own mother standing right there couldn't do it. A little too desperate. But it is the little things that get you caught. Like my favorite little thing? When the officer asks what MADELINE was last seen wearing, Stephan tells him green hoodie, white Crocs, and blue or black pants. And immediately, Jenn jumps in and says, "I think black shorts." Why is that my favorite little thing? Well, my friend, I'll tell you. And if you've already watched my previous videos, then you already know. See, Miss Jenn was caught telling inconsistent stories about the last time she saw Maddie before she disappeared. In a sworn written and signed affidavit to police, she said she last saw Maddie dressing for school around 8 a.m. on the morning she disappeared. Then she told a number of news outlets during her interviews that she last saw Maddie the night before, when she told her goodnight and Maddie went to bed. And since both stories can't be true, well, she's lying. So, her correcting Stephan here on Bodycam about what Maddie was wearing that morning would mean that she did, in fact, see Maddie and what she was wearing that morning. Or at least she won't be able to back out of that story, because she not only signed a sworn statement, but is also caught here on Bodycam saying she knew what Maddie was wearing when she went missing. Even though police have already stated that Jenn's story about seeing Maddie at 8 a.m. that morning doesn't fit their timeline, because Maddie was seen in Stephan's car at approximately 8:20 returning to the apartment complex where she lived, and police say they believe she was already deceased at that time. So, we know, and they know, that Jenn is full of shit. I mean, was Maddie even found in black shorts? We don't know, but the police do. So, now they have Jenn saying 2 times that she saw Maddie that morning. Once on video, and once in a sworn statement. Good luck trying to weasel your way out of that. But for me, and maybe just me, that isn't even the best part. 'Cause I think she had an entirely different reason for correcting Stephan. Because he messed up. He messed up their story, and she caught it and corrected it. In my opinion. See, Jenn and Stephan's story was that Stephan, whatever, dropped Maddie off at the church near her school the morning she went missing. And then poof, she just disappeared. But before police told us that was all a lie, and Maddie was never dropped off that morning, they told us that they obtained surveillance video from that church that was very grainy and not clear. But it showed a person who could have been Maddie, quite a distance from the camera. But it was a person hanging out in the church parking lot for a bit, then getting up and walking off in the direction of the school. They said they were unable to make out if the person seen on the video was Maddie or not. I said I thought it was Jenn, posing as Maddie, to corroborate their story that she was dropped off at the church that morning. Again, in my opinion. Interestingly enough, even though it was made public that Maddie may have been spotted on the church camera footage that morning, nobody ever came forward during the 4 or 5 days that Maddie was missing and searches were being conducted in the area to say that they or their child may have been the one spotted on that surveillance footage instead. Nobody. So, when police put the timeline together of what they could prove happened that morning and announced that they knew Maddie was never dropped off at the church, they knew the person seen on the video wasn't Maddie. So, who was it? Maybe Jenn? Staying far enough away from the camera so she wouldn't be seen clearly? Wearing a green sweater, white shoes, and black shorts? I mean, that would be a real good reason to correct Stephan about what Maddie was last seen wearing that morning, huh? 'Cause she knew what she was wearing when she hung out in the church parking lot, then walked away in the direction of the school, appearing to be Maddie. Maybe I'll include my video about that at the end of this video, in case you missed it. But Stephan can't tell police Maddie was last seen wearing pants if Jenn was wearing shorts in the church parking lot. Because that could ruin their whole plan if police could tell the person in the video was wearing shorts, right? Oh well, then that's not Maddie. Plan ruined. So, in my opinion, Jenn corrected that real quick when she heard Stephan's mess up. Think I'm reaching? you're entitled. But before you get on your high horse and tell me to kick rocks, I'd like to remind you, or maybe even inform you, of a very unfortunate event that occurred shortly after Precious Madeline's body was found, days after her life was stolen from her. Tragically, a crime scene photo, allegedly showing Madeline deceased in the field where her body was hidden, was inadvertently posted to the Instagram account of the Osceola County Sheriff.
Of 30 is posted on social media. The photo reportedly shows the body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto after deputies found her body on Friday.
The person accused of posting it, the Osceola County Sheriff. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie is joining us live here in the studio tonight. So Hannah, Sheriff Marcos Lopez is now apologizing.
We want to be clear here. We are not airing the photo. It has since been deleted from the sheriff's Instagram page. But as we all know, if it's posted to social media, someone is going to see it and save it, which is how we got a copy of it. A crime scene photo seemingly leaked on social media, posted on the Instagram account for Osceola County Sheriff Marco Lopez. It appears to show the body of Maddie Soto. Former Osceola County Sheriff Russ Gibson, who is rerunning for the position against Lopez, confirming on Facebook the image shows Soto's lifeless body at the scene. The 13-year-old, the center of a 5-day search after she was reported missing on February 26th. Her body found March 1st in a wooded rural area of St. Cloud. Here's Sheriff Lopez that night.
We did discover what appears to be a body. The body has clothing very similar to what the victim was last seen wearing.
We've reached out to the sheriff's office for comment. A response reads in part, quote, "A post was made on social media about a community event for seniors. In the post, an investigative photo was accidentally included. The photo was immediately removed. We deeply apologize for any confusion or disturbance this may have caused." We also reached out to the state attorney's office to find out what legal implications, if any, the leaked photo may have. State Attorney Andrew Bain writing back he is deeply disturbed that the photo was carelessly made public. And, quote, "While I do not believe these photos will have any evidentiary impact on the case as of now, they were released in poor taste. Our main focus is making sure we get justice for 13-year-old Madeline Soto."
Now, I didn't see the photo, nor would I want to. But many people online said they did see it. And although most were discreet and very disturbed that it was posted for all to see, a few said they could only make out what clothing Madeline was wearing in the photo. A pair of blue pants. It's the little things, folks. It's the little things that get you caught. I'm going to play the body cam videos for you now from the night Madeline was reported missing. They were released in 7 parts, including the initial search with the scent dog and an officer searching, so they will cut from one to another. So you will miss some things, but don't worry, you won't miss the creepiest part. Stephan Stearns jumping in to answer the officer's question about any markings or scars on Maddie's body. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll include my video questioning whether Jenn Soto was the one on that grainy church surveillance video at the end, in case you want to watch it. It's just my opinion, of course, but just in case you forgot. Jenn admitted in an interview that she never saw that church surveillance video to see for herself whether she could make out if it was Maddie or not. She never even went to the church to ask to see it, or beg to see it, even though she claimed it was the last time her daughter was seen before she disappeared. Maybe the last time she would ever be seen again. But she didn't even go to the church to see it. And I can't even bash her for it. Because in my opinion, she didn't need to go see what was on that video. She already knew.
Talked to them. They said it looked like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 kids at the park. All right, thank you. Give me a second, bro.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Let me finish up with this and I'll give you a call. I'm almost there.
Are you able to pick up call 931, please?
I'm currently working possible signal late. Can I hold off on that?
Just that from the other one?
26. Stop.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Do they speak English?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is mom.
This is mom? Okay. Hi there.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it. I went to pick her up from school.
I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Are we looking for another kid or we have a kid?
Looking for another one.
Alright, so people are still on scene, let's put that out in the possible location. How long?
13.
I'm trying to get there right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
So she was supposed to be dropped off at school, didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today,
Okay.
and she never came out. They announced it over the speaker, and I'm just like, maybe she walked here, because sometimes she'll walk here to this office. I came here, nothing. I went back to the school, they were closed. I got a notice, an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
Okay. What's her name?
Madeline. Madeline.
Madelin. Last name?
Soto. S-O-T-O.
Soto.
Yeah.
Date of birth?
February 22nd, 2011.
February 27, 2000.
22nd,
Oh, sorry. 22nd,
2011.
2011.
Just had her 13th birthday.
13.
1418 Charlie 405. What's the name of the single aid?
Madeline Soto, age 13. I'm trying to get a clothing description now. What was she last seen wearing?
26 County Charlie 405. People hit my call 931 for the same call.
Green hoodie,
Green hoodie,
white Crocs,
white Crocs,
either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
black shorts. Okay. Black shorts. All right. Do you know if she has like friends in the area?
She does, but she doesn't know where they live.
She doesn't know where they live. Okay.
I asked all of them.
Okay. Is this like, does she like have any places that you guys know that she'll usually be at? Any friend's house? Any places that like she likes to hang out?
Not typically, no.
No.
Not typically?
No.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me see if I get some.
Thank you.
No problem. And what school she goes to?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Hunters Creek Middle? Alright, cool. 125. Do you have a picture of her? Can you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, I know. Let me see which picture. I don't know which picture.
Anything recently, probably from a birthday party, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't there, so I have to look at what's up.
Go ahead. That's what I'm about to grab right now. Yeah. Alright, cool, thank you.
Is this a good enough picture, or do you need a whole
Yeah,
body
that's
picture?
perfect.
Okay. How do I airdrop? I don't know how to do it.
I got you. Okay, where's the photo? Right there.
It's on WhatsApp.
That's fine.
I saved it to my photos, so you could go.
You saved it to your photos?
Yeah, we can just
Perfect.
go straight to the photos.
Okay, perfect. Give me a second. I'm gonna send it out right now to my other guys.
Thank you very much.
No problem. So they called since I don't even know when, but whenever they what did you say what did you call? My question is not why is this not a code 3 when it first came out?
Oh, that's 16.
Yeah, so that last time she was seen, it was early this morning, like 7 o'clock. That's what I'm about to see. I'm about to go check. I just try to get as much information now of her clothing descriptions than the Diaz. The Diaz has a hit in like a big area full of kids. So if you want to help me out with this one, give me my signal expert. This is mom right here. By any chance, does she have a phone number or a phone?
She does, but she left it at home today. I have it.
You have it.
And I've already gone through her messages.
Okay. How about, does she have like an Apple Watch? No. Does she have
She's got a device. The only device she's got on her right now is her school laptop.
her school laptop? Is that trackable?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It should be trackable. It should be.
If the Wi-Fi is turned on, it'll try to connect to any Wi-Fi. So if I like circle here.
It connects to any USB.
Well, does she know all the history of running away or anything?
Never.
She was hanging out last time kind of?
Possibly, I don't know. She got dropped off. She was like, so she's embarrassed by his car. So she didn't want to be dropped off at school. She wanted to be dropped off like half a block away so she can walk.
It's an image thing. She's in the face.
But he dropped her off half a block away and drove away.
Okay. Did she ever go to school though?
No, we called
She
school.
was walking in that direction. She was rifling through her backpack, just looking for something. I thought maybe she was just looking for headphones before she got her walking on.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of, shambling over in that direction. It looked the same as any other morning.
Okay.
What was the last thing you asked?
If she went to school, I think that's what it was.
So I got confirmation from the school that she never made it. They sent me an email saying she didn't make it. But I also spoke to her or emailed one of her teachers directly, and he looked at all her attendance for all her periods and told me she didn't make it at all today.
Okay.
Say it again? No, she's supposed to have a book bag. She was supposed to go to school, but didn't go to school today.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Battery FGOA 2319 Turtleback Loop. Third party for Saturday.
Okay.
Complaint.
All right.
Children
Cool.
by two juvenile males. Requested
Say it
10.5
again?
only. It's code 219.5.
I'm trying to figure out secondary spots, but so far negative on anything. Yeah, you could be 51 to me. Alright, cool. 34 too. Alright, cool.
I'm getting the
Attention Sector 4 units. Prepare to copy a local from OPD at Warren.
DS said negative on that hit at the park.
Way.
So.
Reference A21 to a vehicle. Pursuing local. Reference A21 to a vehicle.
I think
Going
black
to be
shorts.
an unknown male, gray hoodie, and
Also
black
black
pants, black
shorts and
ski mask,
white Crocs with socks.
No further information. 1064, 1946.
And when was the last time you seen her? Do you know around what time?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off.
How tall is she?
5'1".
Weight?
110 pounds.
About 110, 112.
Hair color?
Blonde.
Blonde, like a dirty blonde.
Like a dirty blonde?
Yeah.
Okay. Eye color?
Blue.
Does she have any markings on her, like any scars or anything like
There's
that?
a distinctive beauty mark on her face here.
On her face.
On the face, like below the nose or near the nose?
Yeah, like right in that area there. It's very distinctive. You'd know it if you saw it. Big.
Any other scars or anything like that? We should know.
Scars? No.
No.
Tattoos?
Tattoos? No.
Shouldn't
You'd be
probably
surprised. Did you put out the description?
I put the top part out. I didn't get the rest of that stuff here, so I can put it out.
Got me 34 here. Updated 14. White female.
Can I just see that phone?
Black shorts, white concrete socks, approximately 5'1" height, blonde, dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, has a beauty mark under the nose.
I'm getting a random 407 number. Okay. Hello? Yes? Hi, Principal. I'm okay. How are you? No, currently with police officers here right now.
Get started in the
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find her
paperwork.
anything.
Does she have any social media or anything like that?
She has Instagram.
Right here.
Private.
It is private, yeah.
Just family,
Thank you
cousins,
so much. I
friends.
definitely appreciate it.
Right here.
That's her profile?
Yeah.
Little figgy.
She also has a YouTube page.
Okay. Any Snapchat or?
Right? She plays games.
No, that's the daughter.
She plays games. She plays like Minecraft.
He's just trying to figure out where he want to go.
Another caller advised
Yep.
between that location and the neighbors for a while. They were on the way. It's code 2201.
Come here.
Same time.
Check.
Charlie, 1402, cover
Negative. They both say 0161. They both anonymous.
Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. I know. Search it out. No, I knew you were going to do that. When you can tell that the leash isn't on his
Keep going,
neck
run.
anymore.
Yeah.
He can feel it. Nope. Nope. Fede. Oh, good boy, Fede. He's like automatically trying to go to that switch.
That's crittering. Come on. Leave it. See if he makes up his mind if he wants to be going this way or if he's going to turn back.
If he goes back this way, this is like back towards, like if he would go towards grandma's business.
Yeah.
So.
I just kind of have to plant down and, jeez, buddy. Nighttime deuce. I don't think you have anything else, bud. Come on, pinch it off. God, this dog. Constipated? Come on, get to work. At least there's no cars out. That's the worst. I don't know if they looked in those fuses cameras or anything.
No.
The county cameras.
I don't think we looked into those.
They've gone into, yeah. Bruh. Dude, you cannot have to poop again. Oh, I guess you have a little bit left over.
Ground disturbance 11349, Carriage Drive, loud music, airquest 651, code 2, 206.
Animal. Relax. My thing is when like an old track like this, you shouldn't be pulling too hard. Just because it gets contaminated from the kids and stuff walking home. So you shouldn't be. That's why I can usually tell if he's crittering. And he's just picking up like animal scent or whatever, just digging around.
I got you.
These kind of tracks are so hard. Do you even have it? Is that you telling me? does your grandmother work at?
She works back towards
But what is it, like a...
insurance, tax.
Oh. No, she's a tax.
Tax seasons, yeah, stuff like that.
When's this over?
Do you want to go back to where she first got dropped off at? It's like not too far. It's like right up the road, like right up the road.
No, because if this was the last seen location,
Okay.
that's fine. Because it's like backtracking if we go back there.
Attention dog 415, commercial audible. Milano, Bakery, 2001, Conlin Drive. Negative responders indicating entry in motion. Code 3 at 2:01.
Yeah, usually these older tracks, it's usually slower, like a more like methodical track.
Okay.
Like it would normally be like a pace like that, just because he's working hard to try to find it. But
He's picking up everybody else's scent.
yeah, he's got to try to like filter through everybody else, like everybody else's like scent cells and stuff that are falling on top of the missing person. So it's a little bit harder. So he shouldn't be pulling, but pulling so hard. With like the fresh ones, like if somebody like just robbed the bank or whatever and took off, then it would be like that. But usually I can tell when he's not on it, when he's trying to hurry up and... today for me to run on Wednesday, and it's going to be like a 45-hour aged like track.
Jeez.
But it's like it's like where there's trails and stuff, and it's not contaminated.
Oh, okay.
So, like in a wooded area, which is like where they excel at, but these kind of tracks go so hard.
Yeah, especially residential, especially with all these dogs and all that.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. Let me go a little bit further that way.
Okay.
He's backing up still, but I'm gonna call it.
Do you want to
No, he should still be okay.
Okay.
I mean, if I had to guess, get out of there. If I had to guess, you probably went that way.
Yeah.
But, ow. Ooh. Just because also, he dumped her off here, or he dumped her off?
He dropped off back there.
Okay.
And she walked this way, coming down.
So her scent's probably all over here anyway.
Yeah.
What are you telling me? Did you hear? Okay. because I bet I can almost feel like tomorrow they're gonna find out she was either with a friend or she spent the night somewhere. But she didn't want to go home or didn't want to go to school. Or she talked to somebody and she just deleted everything
Before she left the house.
They probably have tracking on her phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she probably knows it. So, yeah, we'll call it. He's just not.
He's not picking up on it. Yeah.
Not giving anything like decent. But like if I were to bet, it'd probably be that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Oh, is that you telling me you're done? Moron.
Okay, per aim, there could be possibly building 5856. Does anybody know where in the complex that is?
Was it here?
I can't remember the exact spot, but it was around where these communities were. Oh, thank you. So it's like around where these communities were.
Okay.
And it's just like in this stretch, like we could see the overpass down there.
Where's the school?
Just on the other side of the overpass.
2105. So somewhere around here.
So yeah, somewhere, maybe not this one, but the next one possibly. It's right in this stretch. When we just came down and we drove about halfway down, and she was like, "That's good right here."
Okay.
On the second floor. They no longer see the subject. It said unknown or apartment number, but it was next door to theirs, and I'm going to find out what their apartment number is. Second floor. The suspect also had a brown purse. The plane hung up. There's no further information on this.
34, where are you in those floors?
10-4, they took a 10-8 north of the complex, 2108. With a brown purse.
Say it again? No.
2109.
No. No.
Black female secure, 2109. Normal.
Go ahead.
Check the PX.
$26 standby.
Supervisor on the channel, 26 close holding. County 0405. 10-4, thank you.
County 1414.
No cameras as of right now.
I can't believe that in this day and age, there's no cameras going on anywhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can find something.
Especially around the school.
Yeah.
Incident 12381 at South Orange Blossom Trail. Send it back to you.
Next available for 218, different way, 230.
Yeah, he left and she walked onto property. And then she actually dove back onto property.
And nobody left from the passenger side. I don't know if
Right.
nobody.
Yeah.
Mission Zone 412, commercial audible, Charlie's, Philly Snake, 5908 South Orange Blossom Trail, 5908 South Orange Blossom Trail, negative responders indicating back door, code 3, 2227.
She's at Olivia's fire class.
Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm. And
You know who I keep thinking of? Is Jenn Dulcimer?
Virginia. You know,
What happened?
how she basically ran away with her boyfriend.
Yes, I remember.
That's Alicia's mom.
I guess she left.
So she's still sitting there.
Aventura, what's the other?
What they were saying, right? She left her phone on to me. It's like, that feels intentional. You know? Like, I don't want to be tracked.
And what time is it right now there? 8:55 already?
Yeah, just about. No. Is it 8:55? Yeah, just about 8:55.
So when does school start? Like 9:20?
Yeah, like usually Olivia leaves here at around 9. She walks 9:05, 9:10. They have to be there before 9:30. That's when the first bell rings, yeah.
Oh, it's 8:51 actually. So we still.
You want to try bumping it up like 10 minutes to see if
she's still there?
Yeah.
So.
She's still there.
Still there.
Oh, wait.
There is a
wait,
person.
a person getting out of the car. Out from
a kid.
3406.
We're getting in that car.
I tried calling back your complaint and it went to voicemail times 2.
Let's see, a minute.
Are you 10-4? Yeah, 10-4. Thank you. 2230.
So that was Marcella.
Possibly still there. Let's see. Just there, 2055. She's had it for a while.
I wonder if she's waiting for somebody.
That's Michelle that just pulled in. So we're getting closer to 9 o'clock.
It is 2 minutes to.
She's still there. So when
She probably,
Michelle's...
like, let's say she would go into school, she would wait till like 9:05 or something, right?
Yeah, that's when Olivia leaves here. She stays here until like 9
No, she's
or
gone
5.
by 9.
She's gone by 9.
So let me see, 2000. Yep, 9 o'clock. So she leaves sometime within 20:59. And that's required. Let me see. Bring it back. 20:58. She gets up on the floor.
She got up. She's walking.
Yeah.
And she walked away.
Towards the school.
Yeah, she's off property by 20:59.
So nobody picked her up.
No, nobody picked you up. Alright, cool.
Well, you did.
Alrighty, thank you guys. We got that on my video, so I'll get that to the detectives. Again, thank you. I'm just gonna put the school, the church, as the place that she was last seen. Detectives might be out here to come talk to you guys. You might see a private number or like Orange County number. So that's probably one of them trying to contact you guys through the business line. All right. All right. Thank you guys again.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. See you again. I hope I see you guys, but on better circumstances. Hey. So, it's possible that she came here and sat in the parking lot for a while. It's blurry video, but it looks like a adolescent child sitting right there, and she's sitting. The people here said that they were adamant they seen her on the property, but like I said, it's a blurry video, and I don't see her getting into anybody's car in the video. I see her sitting on property for give or take 10 minutes, and then walking off property. I don't know which way she went from there. Around, like, I'll say,
is there any way I can see so you can confirm it?
it's really blurry. It's like there's no possible way. You can ask them to see if they could allow you to see the video. I can't really grant that for you, and just have them see if they have them. But yeah, I had her sitting there, and then she walked right off the property. I'm gonna send that to my detectives, see what they can do with that, and get more video.
Cameras like that show the bridge or anything?
No. Yeah. So, yeah, I told your cousins earlier that over there in the other property have cameras. So, Urbana. So, we're gonna try to contact them and see if we can get those videos as well. But other than that, yeah, I've been asking your cousins see if they knew any spots. Do you know any spots that she probably hang out at? That she doesn't want to tell her mom or dad?
Well, the address that I gave you, she never goes here in her because we do have like family friends that live there. She never goes there, and if she did, they would have said something right away. The lady who lives and works at the office we already said she would have said something right away, but no, I don't think she would have gone there. I don't know if she knows anyone around here. I only know that one friend that we told you about. She comes to my house all the time, and then yesterday we met a new one. I know her name is Emily. We also gave you her information. That's the only two people I've ever met. She's friends with.
Definitely, okay. Yeah.
I have no idea. We checked her phone. I didn't see any like
crazy stuff. Like, me neither. Yeah.
I didn't see her trying to like plan anything with anyone, and I just really don't think she's the type to do that.
Just walk up and leave.
Yeah, I don't see her doing that at all.
Okay. Yeah, I know, like, around this time, it's usually, like, they have, like, school events or something like that, so that's what I'd probably say. She probably told you guys something, and...
I don't know. The school, she never showed up for school today.
Yeah.
At all. So I don't know what she could have gone from, like, here to there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to try to see if I could see if there's any more cameras in the area, see if I can pick up anything else.
Do you guys going to contact her mom right away? Or?
Yeah, once we get any news or anything like that, the detective more than likely contact her, or I would contact her and say, hey, that's if we find her tonight, I will contact her more than likely. If not, a detective will contact her first thing. Okay? Any questions for me? Anything you need to know?
No.
No? Alright, no problem. Alright?
Have a good one.
You too.
If you watched my last video, then you know that 13-year-old Madeline Soto disappeared on the morning of February 26th of 2024, and she was reported missing by her mother later that evening, around 8 p.m., according to police. After her mother claimed she went to pick her up from school around 4:30, and she was nowhere to be found. And in my video, I said I wasn't going to go off about her mother not reporting her missing until 8 p.m. at the time, because I was going to concentrate instead on getting Madeline's information out to the public, because I felt that was more important at the time. And it was. Not only because she was missing, but because police arrested Madeline's mother's boyfriend after they confiscated his phone, which he tried to factory reset on the same day Madeline went missing. And on his phone, they found explicit video and photos involving a child, which then gave them reason to consider Stephan Stearns to be their prime suspect in Madeline's disappearance. And if you followed the case after his arrest, then you already know the terrible outcome.
Thank you for being here. We have some important developments in this case that we want to share with our community. I wish we were here to tell you that we have found Madeline, but we have not found her. Although we have not found Madeline, we are now confident that she is dead.
We continue to follow breaking news in Osceola County. The body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto has been found. The Orange County Sheriff's Office just confirmed that news.
Sky Fox is flying over a wooded area along Old Hickory Tree Road. We're told Maddie Soto's body was found near there in a remote area. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte joins us live. And Stephanie, what can you tell us about this heartbreaking development?
Yeah, truly heartbreaking. We are learning that Madeline Soto's body was found right near where I am standing on Hickory Tree Road. And they found her body around 4:30 this afternoon, according to the sheriff's office, in a very wooded area. And a source tells Fox 35 that it takes a couple of miles to get to where her body was found by foot. I want to just show you what it looks like over here right now. You can see we're blocked off at this intersection. A sheriff's office deputy blocking off the area where they say that they found Madeline Soto's body. And now this is Sky Fox video of teams out here searching this area. And this, of course, comes after the Orange County Sheriff John Mina said that he was confident that Maddie was dead and that they were working to find her body. That was the latest we had heard from earlier this afternoon, and now we are getting this heartbreaking update that her body was found.
May beautiful Madeline Soto rest in peace. Before the devastating news of her death came out, I watched an interview her mother did that raised some red flags with me. Then, I found the interview with both Madeline's mother and her POS boyfriend that, of course, raised even more. Then I realized, gosh, her mom's timeline really does not match with what police are saying, which made me take an even closer look. And I have some questions. Because I found her interviews about her child that she believed was abducted to be cold and emotionless. And I found some of the statements made in both her and her POS's interviews quite interesting. Maybe it's just me, but let's see. Let's start with her placing herself in the vehicle with her boyfriend and Maddie on the morning Maddie disappeared. 3 times in one interview, including witnessing Maddie walking to school after she was dropped off, which she then took back immediately in her next statement, saying only her boyfriend had dropped Maddie off.
And tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point.
Interesting. Why would she say we if she wasn't there? Nerves? Sure. Except she said we dropped her off again in a completely different interview also.
We had dropped her off close to the school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. Sorry. That should be it. Sorry about that. We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
Why would she keep placing herself inside the car, then correct it, saying only her boyfriend dropped Maddie off at the church? And why would she say Maddie crossed the street and what we thought walked to school? Again, as if she was there. Even if she was telling the story that her boyfriend had told her, she wouldn't say we, as if she was there, if she wasn't. She would say he, referring to Stephan. Especially when he's sitting right behind her during the first interview. She would refer to him. Now, I know police say Stephan never dropped Maddie off near the church, but these interviews were done before police made that announcement. So, not only is Maddie's mom placing herself in the car with Maddie that morning over and over again, but she's also speaking as though she witnessed Maddie getting out and walking to the school with her own eyes. Then, of course, she takes it back and says her boyfriend dropped Maddie off alone. Why would she do that? I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that. Did you catch how her face went from lost and worried in the second interview to relaxed and smiling when the bird, maybe, started talking? She immediately smiled, as if she welcomed the interruption, apologized, then closed her eyes and smiled again when it was over. But when she realized it was back to talking about Madeline, she needed to get back to lost and worried again. So she took a deep breath, got back into character, and then just repeated what she had already said, and adds nothing else to it.
That should be it. Sorry about that. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
So, she said she didn't know if Maddie got taken on her walk from the church to the school. I found it interesting that she says she doesn't know if her daughter's been abducted or not, but has no reaction to the thought of it. No breakdown, no emotion, no tears. And keep in mind, this interview is only 24 hours after Maddie disappeared. She doesn't know where her daughter is, or if some psycho has her, and no emotion. And even better, when she's asked about the surveillance video at the church and if she saw it for herself, she just matter-of-factly explains that, no, she didn't see it. But the people at the church told her sister about it.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it.
Now, call me needy, but if my child was missing, I'd need, not want, need to see that video for myself, to see if I could make out if in fact that was my child on the video and where she walked off to. I wouldn't just take someone's word for it and go, oh, okay, cool, thanks. My ass would be down at that church with the police begging to see that video for myself. Because if I didn't know where my child was, and there was a video of her before she disappeared, I'd need to see it for myself. But she didn't even bother. Maybe the last piece of evidence showing her daughter alive, and she didn't even bother. And it got so much better. Here was her response when she was asked if she was going to go out and look for Maddie herself.
Where do you go now? Are you going to go out there and search or look, or are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, you know, she's not being taken against her will.
Which, I guess, explains why she didn't hightail it down to the church to demand to see the surveillance video of her child in the critical moments before she claimed she went missing. Because she didn't go look for her either. No, instead, she stayed home, waiting by the phone for Maddie to just magically appear. I guess she must have one of those old-fashioned wall phones, huh? You know, not a mobile one that she could take with her if she wanted to go outside and help look for her missing and possibly abducted child. And she probably didn't know anybody who had one either, so she could borrow it to go look for Maddie either, huh? Even though she said people were calling her while they were out searching with police. Well, as far as she knew anyway. But she somehow just didn't feel that they were going to find anything.
Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? I mean, are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers.
Maternal instinct, maybe? I wonder how she got all those photos sent to her from people out searching for her daughter through a wall phone. So she's sitting at home, waiting for Maddie to just magically appear, while people are sending her photos of items that they're finding during their searches to see if they belong to her missing and possibly abducted daughter. And police are using canines to search in the woods for Maddie's scent. And still, no emotion, no tears, no devastation. Well, until, of course, she's asked about what her motherly instincts are telling her happened to her daughter. Then you get a nice and well-timed, scrunched-up face, a sad voice, and some face wiping, as if tears suddenly began to fall. Even though just before this little performance, she was asked if she thought Maddie had been taken against her will, and she answered yes, with no emotion. A gut punch question. Do you believe your child was taken against her will? No tears then. Interesting. But she does say that she just wants Maddie back, whatever that means.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, you know, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back, whatever that means. I just want her back.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jenn, there's no way that she, just being, you know, a teenager, was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. You know, could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks, or arguments, or anything like that.
Interesting choice of words, don't you think? She just wants her back, whatever that means. But I gotta hand it to her. She makes a nice, quick recovery out of her little one-off display of emotion there and goes right back into talking with no more scrunchy face or tear wiping at all. At all. No more tears. I guess she must have just had a sudden 2 tears pop out at the same time, and then she went dry again. You know, like those 2-second cry sessions that just hit you and then they're over. I hate those. But she does make sure to let us know how very worried she is.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
Jennifer, tell me how you feeling right now.
I feel like I can't breathe. All I keep thinking about is, where is she? Is she safe? Is she okay? But we're all a wreck. My entire family is a mess. We're just so worried.
When did you first realize, or when did you file a missing report?
We filed a missing report. We called the police at like 4:45 yesterday, 4:45 p.m.
So, she's worried sick, but shows little to no emotion while talking about her possibly kidnapped child. And she's contacting the news to get the word out, to get help, because she doesn't know what to do. But she isn't out searching for her daughter herself. And she tells the news she contacted police around 4:45 p.m. to report Maddie missing, which I found interesting, and I pointed out in my last video, because that's not what police said.
At approximately 4:30 on Monday afternoon, Madeline's mom went to the school to pick her up and found out that Madeline was not there and had never reported to school. So she never actually entered the school. And so we also learned that Madeline left her phone at home that day. So we were called on Monday evening at approximately 8 p.m. Our patrol deputies went out there, met with Madeline's mom at the school near Hunters Creek to take a report on her missing daughter. So we started the investigation that night.
Yeah. So, she says she called police right away when she couldn't find Maddie at 4:45 p.m. But police say they received her phone call reporting Maddie missing at 8 p.m. That's a 3-hour and 15-minute difference. I mean, even if she had to drive home to call from her wall phone, it wouldn't take that long, right? So surely, the police must have their time wrong. Just like the last time Maddie's mom claims to have seen her before she went missing.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. Anything on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family, and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
So she spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
She just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's
gone.
the last you've seen of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yet police say she signed a sworn statement saying she saw Maddie at 8 o'clock in the morning getting dressed for school on the day she disappeared. So, police got it wrong again? The math ain't mathin', folks.
How the story Madeline's mother provided law enforcement doesn't line up with what investigators know. We spoke one-on-one with Jennifer Soto last Tuesday. Good afternoon. I'm Darlene Jones.
And I'm Greg Wormuth. At that point, her daughter Madeline had been missing for 1 day. She told us that Stephan Stearns, her boyfriend and now the prime suspect in Madeline's death, had taken the teenager to school. She said the last conversation she had with the 13-year-old was the night before. But this report we got a hold of today shows she told deputies she saw her daughter the morning of her disappearance. Channel 9 investigative reporter Shannon Butler has been digging into the details of this case. She joins us live in studio. And Shannon, that's not the only thing you noticed in this new report.
Greg, no one has been charged in Madeline Soto's death, but we do know investigators are looking into who knew what and when. And some of that means looking at those initial interviews of the couple and the ones later on. Sources tell me the statements about the timeline are not consistent. Jennifer Soto told us last week that the last conversation she had with her daughter was about her 13th birthday party the night before Maddie disappeared.
I told her good night, and yeah, that was it.
But according to documents, Sunday night was not the last time Soto saw Maddie. New documents show that Maddie's mom told deputies on February 26th that she saw her daughter getting dressed for school at 8 o'clock that morning, and that her boyfriend then took the teen to school. But since that initial report was taken, we learned from the Orange County Sheriff that Maddie was likely dead earlier than that.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time, and that Stephan Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Channel 9 has been going through statements from Stephan Stearns and Soto trying to piece together what happened in the last few hours of the little girl's life, starting with our interview of the couple. Her mom told us last week.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
But in that same interview, then said,
I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah.
Detectives believe Maddie was likely dead early Monday morning because a video timeline shows Maddie's belongings being dumped in a dumpster at 7:35 by Stearns. At 8:19, Sheriff Mina said video shows Maddie in Stearns' vehicle believed to be deceased. Since then, the case has moved to Kissimmee Police, and sources tell us that Soto has been interviewed multiple times by detectives at 2 agencies, and that they are looking closely at all the statements she's made. But officially, Kissimmee Police won't comment. So this initial report also shows that Stearns told investigators that after Maddie got out of his car, she stopped to look in that book bag before he drove away. That same book bag was found actually in the dumpster. After her death, he then said he went home for about an hour after going to the vape store and running errands. He was home that day until 2:30. Detectives say a tip showed him changing a flat tire not far from where the little girl's body was found that afternoon.
All right, Shannon, it is starting to piece together. Thank you.
Okay. So Madeline's mom tells the news she last saw her Sunday night when she went to bed. But she already told police and signed a sworn statement that she last saw Maddie at 8 a.m. getting dressed for school on the morning she disappeared. And police say they have video showing her boyfriend dumping Maddie's school laptop and other belongings in a dumpster at 7:35, 7:40 on the morning she disappeared, and have video of Maddie in Stephan's car at 8:19 a.m., and they believe she's already deceased on the video. So according to her mother, her boyfriend had to have been pitching Maddie's belongings in a dumpster before she was even dead. And she was seen deceased on the video in the car just minutes after she said she saw Maddie getting dressed for school. And I found it more than odd, considering how much attention this case got and how everyone in Maddie's community had to know she was missing. That no one ever came forward to say they were the one caught on the grainy camera footage from the church surveillance camera. I mean, her mom talked about it just 24 hours after Maddie went missing. And no one thought to come forward to say they were the one in the church parking lot that morning? Since it couldn't be Maddie, right? Because police are saying it wasn't her. She was never dropped off. Interesting. And yet, Maddie's mom placed herself in the car that morning over and over again. So, if Maddie was never dropped off at the church, and no one ever said they were the one on that camera footage, would it be so far-fetched to believe that Maddie's mom was in the car that morning, and she was the one dropped off at the church to make it look like it could have been Maddie? Which would corroborate her boyfriend's story that he dropped Maddie off, and she was seen on camera walking in the direction of the school. Wouldn't that explain why Maddie's mom didn't run to the church demanding to see the footage of Maddie there that morning? Just a thought. Especially when they had no idea police were going to find video of Stephan dumping Maddie's belongings, or put together that Maddie was not alive in his car. I mean, wasn't it supposed to look like Maddie was just sleeping in the car on the way to school that morning? Stephan himself said she slept in the car most of the way.
Alright, so Stephan, you seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
What were the conversations that y'all had in the car when you dropped her off?
Not much. She was asleep for most of the way.
Which we all now know is a lie. But without the discovery of the other videos, placing Maddie, or someone who could have been Maddie, at the church when they claimed they dropped her off could have made their story very convincing. It shows she was there, dropped off just like they said. But other than that, they have no idea what happened to her. So, Mom could have placed herself in her boyfriend's car that morning and gave us a very detailed description of her own movements that morning, as if she witnessed Maddie making them. If you noticed, she never did say Stephan told her what happened that morning. She just said he dropped Maddie off. She didn't say, and he told me she crossed the street, and he said she was sitting in the church parking lot. She said those things as if she witnessed it herself. So she may have been giving herself away. The only thing she said Stephan told her was that he saw Maddie reach into her backpack for her earbuds after he dropped her off, which placed her backpack and school laptop with Maddie, all missing, according to them. So, police would have no reason to go looking in dumpsters for them, or for surveillance video showing Stephan throwing them away. Now, things are mathing for me. Because then Maddie's mom wasn't completely lying. She was just sprinkling in lies along with the truth. We dropped Maddie off at the church. Then, just Stephan dropped Maddie off. Could be we dropped me pretending to be Maddie at the church. Then, Stephan went on to drop Maddie off in the woods, where her body was found 4 days later. Not so different from the story she told. She just left out the part about Maddie no longer being alive when Stephan finally dropped her off. Which would explain why she never searched for Madeline. Why she never went to the church to see Madeline on their surveillance video. And why she knew the people out searching for her daughter weren't going to find anything. What were the chances that some random person was going to be in that church parking lot at the very same time they were going to say they dropped Maddie off? And what were the chances that that person wouldn't come forward and say that he or she was the one on that surveillance video that morning? They couldn't chance that. So it would only make sense that Maddie's mom would get dropped off there, so she'd be caught on the video, doing exactly what they needed it to look like. Maddie waiting around and then making her way to the school. Similar clothes to Maddie's, same length hair, or hair even put up in a hoodie. Stay far enough away from the camera, and it could appear to be her, couldn't it? But they also had the bonus of the video being grainy too. And there you have it. Instant Maddie walking away from the church toward the school. It's all just my opinion, but I don't think it's so far-fetched. And judging from all of Maddie's mom's other inconsistencies in her stories, I think it makes sense. And I hope the police investigate every statement she's made. I bet they're already all over it. And I think she has some explaining to do. Her lack of emotion when talking about her precious daughter possibly being abducted was such a giveaway. No real mother could do that. I didn't find her to be believable. And coupled with her well-placed fake tears and lack of desire to even look for her own child, made me sick. There were so many red flags in both her interviews and her POS boyfriends that if I went through them all, this would be a 3-hour video. And I wouldn't do that to you. And I don't think I even need to, now that the news is onto her and is reporting that her story isn't adding up. I hope they keep reporting it, and I hope police are investigating it, because Madeline deserves justice. This is just my opinion, and only my opinion. But I believe her mother and her boyfriend both belong behind bars. And I hope they both get everything they deserve. Whatever that means. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you. And thank you for caring about Madeline's story. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more true crime stories. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.